So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So today is the 1st of October. That's the day when the Chinese Communist Party took the power in China. That's also the day of the suffering of the Chinese people started. So since the October the 1st, 1949, there's one after another campaign in China systematically eliminate traditional Chinese culture, persecute Chinese people, one group after another. So almost half of the Chinese families are suffered from all kinds of different persecution. And the most famous campaign to eliminate traditional Chinese culture is the Great Cultural Revolutionary. But that hasn't ended. The most recent and largest group of victims is the Falun Gong meditation groups in China. So Falun Gong is traditional meditations deeply rooted in Chinese culture that's based on the spiritual tradition in China from the Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucius teaching. And because it's helped Chinese people connect to traditional Chinese culture to their spiritual heritage, so it attracted 100 million people in 8 years. So the Falun Gong practice in China, trying to be good people, living based on the principles of Falun Gong teaching, the truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. However, this popularity of the Falun Gong meditation make the former Chinese leader Jiang Zemin feel jealousy and threatened. So he made the wrong decision to ban the Falun Gong practice in China and force people to give up the practice by torture, detention, and even killing. So since the July 1999, the Falun Gong has been banned in China. Millions of families has been torn apart. Hundreds of thousands of people were sent to Chinese labor camp, prisons, mental hospitals, brainwashing centers to torture them, force them to give up their spiritual belief. And thousands of people has been tortured to death. And a lot of families were torn apart and children become orphaned. And what is even more shocking is this recent news about the forced organ harvesting from living Falun Gong practitioners. So the recent investigation report showed that the number of the organ transplants in China can be as high as 60,000 to 100,000 each year for last 16 years. So we're not here not just talk about someone lost a kidney, they still survive. We're talking about the vital organs, the liver, the heart, lung, cornea, along with the kidney. So it's a large-scale murdering and killing of these innocent people. So that's why the organ transplant business in China has grown so quickly in the last 16 years. And a huge business and huge profit benefit from it. It's a state-run crime that is organized by the Chinese Communist government, by police, by the doctors, working together to kill innocent people, to sell their organ, to make a big profit. So this is a kill by demand. So in China, the waiting time for organ transplant is shocking. In Australia, you have to wait for 3 to 5 years or even longer to get a liver or heart or kidney transplant. In China, they promise you can get you 2 to 4 weeks to get a fresh, healthy liver, kidney transplant, even can give you a quick replacement if there's a rejection. How shocking it is. How that possible unless they have an unlimited supply of organ banks. So this is still happening today. It has happened in the last 16 years, still happening today. If you go to China for organ transplant today, that means some innocent people there will be killed for their organs to sell to you. So that's what every Australian people should know, the risk of organ tourism to China, the danger of hundreds of millions of people are persecuted and become the potential victims of the mass killing and murdering of organ transplant, organ harvesting from these innocent people. So now the US House of Representatives has passed a resolution. European Parliament has passed a resolution to urge China to stop killing, stop murdering people for their organ. But Australian Parliament hasn't had a voice. So now is the time for us to ask our government to speak out. Don't keep silent in front of such atrocity, in front of such large-scale killing. So in Australia, people are so kind. We care about human rights. We care about animal rights. So how about human life? So here we talk about people are dying and being killed in China. They're being killed by the government to sell their organs. So if we keep silent for such atrocities, we are actually assisting the evil. So that's why now we have a petition, we have postcard campaigns, we have 50,000 postcards to be sent to the Prime Minister and the Member of Parliament. We hope the Australian Parliament can speak out, urge China to stop such atrocity, large-scale killing. So please stop by, take a flyer, sign a petition to send it to your Member of Parliament. So we hope the Australian Parliament can pass a resolution similar to the US and European Parliament. So the human rights abuses in China is still continue, and there's no time for us to have a rest. So please working together to help Australian government to speak out, to help the people in China to have freedom of belief, freedom of expression, have the respect for their life, for their human values. Thank you.